Hi guys, welcome back to the UK and Ireland tour. My name is Chris, aka Big Will, and today we have our last two games of the season against Aberdeen and Kilmarnock. All that is at stake here is qualifying for the Champions League. We got beat by Celtic by 2 goals to 0. Comenencia got a red card very early in the game, and that pretty much compounded the defeat there and then. And since then, we managed to scrape a win against Wraith Rovers by 2 goals to 1, and we've lost 1-0 at home against Rangers last time out as well. So they are within touching distance of us. If we lose either of these next two games and Rangers win both of theirs, we will finish third. And that will be disastrous from our point of view, really. Qualifying for the Europa League is still a good achievement, don't get me wrong, but we should be qualifying for the Champions League. And I have a feeling that if we don't, some of these players that we do have may want to leave the club as well. In other matches as well, we won 2-0 against Kilmarnock and 1-0 away at Livingston. So we've not done too badly, but once again, the run of games has just proved too much for us, and we just can't seem to find a way of sorting out Celtic at the moment. And it's getting to a point where I'm not entirely sure what we can do about it. I mean, we've tried this formation this season, and it's worked reasonably well for the most part. We've looked quite good at times. But again, we just can't seem to find a way of sorting out. So we'll change tactically probably for next season and see exactly how we can get on. We've got a game against Aberdeen first here today. The squad is at reasonable strength. Johnston is in on that right hand side for an opportunity as well. Um, and going into this game, I'm not too sure what to expect. I mean, Aberdeen absolutely battered us last time out. Incidentally, after we lost to Celtic, all of a sudden Damien Rawdon was fine and everybody dropped their issues. So morale-wise, we're looking quite healthy again. Obviously, we've lost against Rangers last time out, and Aberdeen are a tough team to get a crack on, and they've taken the lead early on here. 6.5 minutes gone. Kevin with the goal, and he scored twice against us when we lost by 4 goals to 0 in that previous game against them. So it's not looking too good at the moment. Rangers are away against Wraith Rovers. If they take the lead in that game, we are under a lot of pressure. Um, from our point of view, Europa League might be better um, in terms of actually having a decent run of games in Europe. Rangers are 2-0 up. They've scored 2 goals in quick succession, and they've gone ahead of us now. But we just can't seem to do anything against the likes of Celtic, Rangers, and Aberdeen. Those three sides are constantly a thorn in our backs, and we keep drawing against Wraith and St Mirren as well. That's been two sets of games that have been so frustrating this year. We haven't beaten Rangers, um, but we've drawn against them 1-1 3 times this season, and then lost in in the last game. So it's been incredibly frustrating. I mean, we did finally manage to beat Celtic this year, as Santa Maria manages to get his 20th goal of the season in all competitions and grab us an equaliser. We did finally manage to beat Celtic, as I was saying, 3-1. We won in that particular match, but other than that, we've not been able to touch them, and it's been incredibly frustrating. Aberdeen, again, they battered us last time out, but we've beaten them once or twice. But we just can't get any consistency against them, and it's been very, very difficult for us. 1-1 at half time here. We'll tell the lads that we really need to pick it up. We're going to pause there. Diamande is going to have to come on because Montano has taken a heavy knock, and opportunity now for him. He's withdrew his transfer request now as well, Diamande. He's another one that's made a U-turn on his decision to suddenly want to leave the club. So, all of the upheaval that we've had is now all fine again. And Jonathan Panto's just scored a very good header there for Aberdeen. Kevin with the corner, and it's 2-1. And again, Kevin is being a thorn in our side today. It's been very frustrating. And we're going to change both of our holding midfield players. Suleiman and Gueye are going to come on. And again, next year we are going to have a look at a different formation because at times we have been caught out wide. I am aware of that. But we've still managed to play some very exciting and very impressive football. And It's just a case of finding that balance. And at the moment, I don't know where that balance is, but we just can't seem to get any consistency at the minute. And Trasoldi's made it 3-1 to Aberdeen. And it's not like we're even getting caught out wide because we're not. Um, is it the quality that we've got at the back? I really don't know. It's a very strange one. But this, with Rangers winning, means that we're not going to qualify for the Champions League, which is a huge blow for the likes of some of these players. Santa Maria coming down this left-hand side, plays it back into Gueye, and it's a good finish. Kelly got a touch on it, but couldn't keep it out. It's only his second goal of the season, Chiku Gueye, and it's 3-2, but we do really need, we're going to go very attacking as well, but we do really need to get something out of this game to even have a chance of qualifying for that Champions League. It's been a disappointing league split. Like I say, winning against Wraith is one thing, but we've lost to Celtic, we've lost to Rangers, and potentially we're on the verge of losing here to Aberdeen as well. Hector Vazquez, it says he's had a good game. He's rating a 7.2. He's struggling for fitness, so he's going to come off. And Marcos Cresta is also going to come off as well, and Cheek Dior can come on for him. And we'll just see if we can find a way of grabbing a goal here. We've got enough quality in the squad to go two up front. That's something else I've been contemplating with. But it's just a case of what system we play. We're with a strike then, Phillips with a good save. He's had some poor performances recently, but again, he still does want to leave. So I think everything just happened at the wrong time. We're on a 20-game unbeaten run. The players all suddenly became unhappy from the transfer window because of the European squad registration. And since then, we've just not had any consistency in our game. And it's been our downfall this season. And that's how it's going to finish. A 3-2 defeat to Aberdeen. Very much poor. Yes, we got a couple of goals and it was a competitive match, but it's not ideal. Rangers won 2-0 against Wraith Rovers. We're a point behind them. So we're relying on Rangers losing on the last day of the season now. And we're finishing the season with a whimper, basically. We've got 4 days to go until Kilmarnock are away. So bear with me. We'll come back for that one. And what will be, will be. Okay, guys, here we go. We're away against Kilmarnock. Rangers are at home against Aberdeen. So that could be a tough game for them. We know what we have to do. It's basically a case of whether we can go out there and get the job done. The season's finishing with a whimper, as I mentioned before. We're bitterly disappointed with the fact that we just couldn't keep going with Celtic to even challenge for the title in the end. And now it's a case of what European competition we're going to be playing in. A win today is the only thing we can do. We need to win, and we need Aberdeen to do us a favour against Rangers. And Rangers Rangers are in front after 4 minutes, and it's 2-0 after 9 minutes. So that's our season pretty much over unless Aberdeen can completely turn that game around. Here's Bergstrom with their delivery forward for Kilmarnock. Kumanencia wins the header. Raksaki losing out to Priotti. Here's Diouf into Flynn. Hernandez. And now Priotti just holding on to it and laying it across. Salcido intercepts. And now Edwards. Into Hernandez. And now McKinstry. Now Flynn. Back into McKinstry again. And Kilmarnock are very much in control of possession here. We're not even particularly challenging them at the minute. Here's Hernandez into Stankovic. And now Raksaki into Lawrence and Vata. And Salcido is in. And he gets the shot away. And Phillips somehow manages to keep it out. But again, not good play from our point of view. We really are just, well, we've let the season fall apart in the end. Hernandez into Salcido, and nothing comes from it. Celtic remain a goal down, but Wraith Rovers are down to 10 men, and they've had their goalkeeper injured as well. Here's Covenencia into Bulai. Comenencia again into Suleiman. And now Cresta has support ahead of him. He goes for goal. Bergstrom makes a good save just to tip it around his left-hand post. And it remains 0-0 from the resulting corner. Priotti to take. Swings it in toward that far post and is easily cleared. And Santa Maria will look to pick it up, but it remains 0-0. And again, we're not really showing enough. And Celtic are now 2-1 up, 2 goals in 3 minutes there. And Rangers remain comfortably ahead against Aberdeen. So no matter what we do here, it doesn't. It just means that nothing's going to go in our favour. And Damien Rawdon, with his 5th goal of the season, after everything he's done for us, he's scored on the last day. After everything he's done against us, should I say, with raising that player mutiny and just destroying team morale. And he's back in the side with a goal. And as we approach half-time, we do have a lead, but it's not looking promising that Aberdeen are going to get anything from their game. So it's just a case of saving face and trying to get the result that we need here, that we want, should I say. But we do have a 1-goal advantage. Performance-wise, it's not been too bad, really. Possession, we're looking quite strong. We've created more chances, and hopefully we can just finish the job. Here is Gunn, back to Stankovic. And now Comenencia, back to Stankovic again. Lays it all the way back to Phillips, and now Bulai. Into Johnston. Brad Gunn, chopped down by Shane Flynn, and that is going to be a red card, and we should very much be able to see this game out now. But Rangers still at 2-0 against Aberdeen. Priotta here with the delivery toward that far post, and there is a header from Stankovic, and it's just wide of the post. And we will potentially make some changes here very, very shortly, as 1 or 2 players start to get a little bit tired. Santa Maria has been shocking again. Stretton Graf is going to come on. Vuzi Swain is going to come on for Priotti. Johnston is going to come off for Gueye. Diamande can come on for Gunn. And we'll get Welsh on for a bit of game time for Bulai as well. Welsh hasn't really played recently, to be fair. We've kind of frozen him out of the squad a little bit. Here is Bulai. Into Stankovic. And now Johnston. Back into Bulai again. Johnston into Comenencia. And now Cresta into Santa Maria. Good strike from him, and again it goes wide. He's got to be hitting the target more, really. Substitutions have now taken place, and Stankovic is there with a header for Kilmarnock. It was almost an equaliser there for the 10 men, and still it remains 2-0 to Rangers. Wraith Rovers putting in a really good fight against Celtic, to be fair. It's 3-2 in that game. But nothing's going to come of it for us in the end. Aberdeen have just folded, basically, and at 2-0 to Rangers, the season is over, and we will be still in Europe next season, which again is a very good achievement, don't get me wrong, but we were hoping to challenge for the title, and in the end, we're going to be finishing in 3rd place, which is quite disappointing. Phillips here with a delivery forward, looking for Graf. Edwards managing to clear. Zwain plays it forward into Diamande. Opportunity for the second, and Bergstrom makes a good save. And it remains 1-0 as we are into added time. There's only a few minutes to go. Cresta with the delivery from the corner. Set to target that far post when he eventually decides to swing it in. A couple of substitutions have been made by Kilmarnock. In it comes at last. Stankovic with the header, and it goes over. Well worth the wait, obviously. And a very disappointing end to the season, really. It's good that we got the 3 points, but too little, too late. So we've finished 3rd. We've qualified for the Europa League, which is a good achievement, don't get me wrong. But overall, considering we were 5 points behind Celtic going into the last part of the season, and we've ended up finishing 12 points behind them, it's really poor in the end. And we've got a lot of work to do over the summer, I think. We've already confirmed some extra signings that are going to come into the club. We need to have a really strong think about where we could end up, whether we stay at Hibernian or not, because it's very much open to me that we might not catch Celtic regardless of how good a team we'll build here. But we'll have to see how things go. We're going to look at things tactically and everything as well. And for the next episode, it'll be either we potentially end up at a new club or the usual transfer special and opening of the new season. So until next time, guys, thank you very much for your support. Please like, subscribe to the channel. It's all greatly appreciated. I will see you all next time. This is Big Will, signing away.